Good evening, number three. Stand easy. You're probably a bit short on numbers today, but a lot of absentee and all that. Is it just you and me then, sir? Yes, looks that way, doesn't it, number three? But no need to worry about that. I mean, it's your ordination today, and we're gonna sort of drum in some rules and things, and swear your allegiance to the absolute king, come supreme leader of ours, of all things, the sea and air and terra firma and all that. Right. Is it a religious ceremony, sir? Well, yes, you could look at it like that, yeah. Do we have a diocese, sir? Well, I think we used to have a diocese, and we probably will in the future, but not at the moment, because as you know, well, we don't need to go into that. Anyway, El Supremo, King Majesty, head of all things bright and beautiful and wild and wonderful, over everyone and everything, is dominions and land and, well, the entire world and universe, really. The entire world and universe, sir. Oh, yes. Lord above. Yes. Whole kit and caboodle. Wow, that's impressive. How did he sort of get his hands on everything, Sam? Well, quite simple. Number three, he sort of claimed it, really. Claimed it. He didn't conquer it then, sir? No. No, didn't need to. Why's that? Well, no one else really wanted it. No. No. What, were they dead or something? Yeah, you pretty much say that. But anyway, number three, well, gee whiz, sir, that's fantastic. I wish I could have done that. Well, all powerful, almighty, and all that. But just stroke of good fortune, good luck, really, number three. I mean, basically, it was the only living biological entity that was left. Left? Yes. After World War IV or five, no one can really remember. I mean, it started numbering. No one can really remember them after the Great. But, well, we certainly can't. But everything was totally destroyed in the last one. Fried, you see, in a nuclear burnout. Gosh. Nothing left at all. Oh, so that was it. Number three, yes, no, yes. Divine Gracious Majesty claimed everything, really, and, we put him up as our divine leader. Annihilation of the planet of the Earth and the rest of the universe, really, but, yeah, only the Big G survived. The Big G? Is that what we call him? Well, not really, that's just in servile spiel, for the tap room and stuff. Actually, he's called the Holy G. Number three, you announce, and you must always announce that, Holy G. What's that stand for, sir? It stands for King Godfrey the Third, absolute ruler of all the world and universe. I see. Now, you must remember, when you're pronouncing His Royal Eminence's name, and you've got to put a bit of oomph in there, a bit of really put some feeling and meaning in there. It's no good just saying, Holy G. You've got to elongate your vowels and really push out to almost your dying breath. Are you ready? Well, breathe in. Like that's it. Yes, breathe in deeper. Deeper. Deeper as you can. That's it. Now, when you really push out, you say, Godfrey, and you hold it, you see, like that, and you push out with your stomach comes up, and you diaphragm. Once you've filled your diaphragm, you push out, and you want it to sound almost like a clarion, that comes in. And remember, do remember that it is in the key of G, obviously, because so we're singing to the Holy G. Okay? And when you do that, you have to, this is the sign, the sacred sign that you should gesticulate when you push towards the Holy G. You cup your hands together. It's on the flag there. It's, you cup your hands as though you'll be begging to him for almost mercy or coinage or your life, in actual fact, which, could come to that. So that's what you do. You push your hands and you look up and you burst with this. And remember that, the whole congregation will be doing this when we do actually have a congregation. I see. And you must do this, worship Divine Gracious Majesty with all the snivelling, simpering appreciation that you can muster. Right. And the other members of our divine sort of worshipping congregation say, are they? No, they're all dead. But we don't need to concern ourselves just at the moment with that, okay? But remember what we're doing. Remember the sign that I'm showing you of both hands placed into a cup as though you'd be begging for food or water or life itself. And then you'll push your diaphragm up. And the thing you've got to remember is that this is you must remember it's in the key of G, and you must sing in the key of G, and you speak in the key of G for our holy G. And remember that instead of it being a descending third, it is, as you can hear, Godfrey. It is an ascending third that we're singing into our Divine Gracious Majesty, okay? I see. Well, I think I see. Well, if you remember the old worshipping aspects of things, they descended. They all went down, you see. They didn't go up. Remember? I think so. Well, sort of when they amen goes down, you see. A third. But we're going up. So it leaves it. The great thing about that is it leaves it in this hopeful the others were down to a perfect cadence close. We're not doing that. We're leaving it as a hopeful, open third. And, and obviously, hopefully something will happen. But do we sort of praise him quite a lot? All the time. Number 3. We must remember that. Right. So just remember do, re, mi. Well, you don't put the re in there. Who's re? No. Re's do, re, mi. Do you not know your tonic sulfur? Well, no. Oh, right. Well, do, mi. You go from do, you miss out the re, mi, and you go straight to the open thirds there. All the time you must do that. And remember never to descend into a closing cadence. Okay? I think so. Right. So if you just go, every time, Godfrey, wherever you are on the scale there, you try and make a perfect, open third. And enunciate and elongate the vowels and accentuate obviously, limited amount of syllables we are working with. Okay? Push. Godfrey. There, that's better. And relax. So you remember the do mi. You're coming along splendidly. Number 3. Once you're together with, if we do have a choir and you're kneeling and praying and worshipping all as one, you'll realise how impressive it is and how impressive it looks to be doing such a thing. So we sing the syllables all the time. Yes, we do. But remember, leaving that questioning sort of intonation and that hopeful open third in the key of G. Yes, sir. Good. So, and faces looking up, mouths open, breathing out with cupped hands, begging for forgiveness and food and God knows what else. Life itself. Yes, sir. Excellent. Yeah, you're coming along marvellously. So, sir, yes, what are we doing all this for if we're actually living, shall we say, on a submarine, nuclear submarine, number 3? Nuclear submarines, at the bottom of the North Sea, on the seabed. What? Well, that's where we are. But why are we here? Well, I've just explained the whole world got pan-fried in a nuclear burnout. Right. So, did anybody win the war or anything? Well, of course not. Well, the Holy G won everything, lock, stock and barrel, of course, but nothing really exists just yet in the nearby vicinity of the universe and galaxy. Died. So, number 3. But I was wondering why but number 3, I was better doing that. Not a reason why, but, well, go on, number 3. You know our Divine Gracious Majesty? Yes. Does anyone ever see him? Yes, very exceptionally briefly, in a sense. Right. They say, number one and number two, hinted that we come from his life or his life-giving breath. Yes, and don't forget it can be a sort of a life-ending breath too. Right. And is it true that we are sort of made, reincarnated? Yes, we are. Not from what you think. I know where you're going with this. Not from the holy No. No, number three. And you never mention holy shit. Holy G is the only thing that comes out of your mouth. Ever. Right, sir. So be quiet, number three, because, I mean, life is so cheap around here. But His Majesty's divine DNA is what does actually breathe life into us. Right. So we come from his life-giving breath and his DNA and everything. Oh, yes. Nothing to do with cloning from a magic mushroom or a miracle 3D printing machine. I always told you that. Well, it was rumoured and briefly rumoured. Ours is a servile, all but smile type of life, and we sacrifice our feeble flesh so that he, holy G, must live on, you see. Okay? But there are rumours that our holy G is actually a goldfish. Oh, my God! Come with me. Come with me, number three. For God's sake, number three, you must never, ever say anything like that out loud. Do you understand? Unless you're with me in a sealed, vacuum-tight toilet head. Do you understand? Yes, sir. But we are now in there. Yes. So you can speak fairly freely. But beware, number three. Well, is it true, sir, that he's a goldfish? Well, not really a goldfish. He's a giant golden fish. He's actually a king koi carp that's 226 years of age, which to us is a totally immortality. Why is that then, sir? What? Well, don't be... Are you being foolish, number three? No, sir. Right. Because our lives are so short in comparison to the divine gracious majesty. Are they? I thought we were the same age due to cloning DNA. Well, yes. Yes, in a sense, but... Well, yes, you could say we were the same age, yes, but we only live sort of... Well, one day. One day? One day? Oh, sorry, that sort of slipped out. I shouldn't have told you that, really. But I thought... Well, that's basically it, yeah. But why only 24 hours? Well, because that's what we are. But are we not some sort of hybrid human? Not really, no. I mean, we are in a sense, but in a sense we're not, because we're basically made from, the DNA of a fish and a mayfly. Right. With a little smattering of human DNA in there. Well, a tiny percent. We've only got 0.5% of... Oh, is that why I feel a lot bigger than I am? Because I know I don't mean to have delusions of grandeur, but I actually feel a lot bigger and grander than I am. Well, I know. That's due to the tiny little bit of the hybrid human in there as well. But believe me, we've got one day to live and one day to die. So why are we worshipping and spending our minuscule amount of time? Well, it's not a minuscule amount of time. Don't forget, as you say, we're 226 years of age, like our Divine Gracious Majesty King Koi Carp Godfrey the third. The third. There were two more. Yes. Right. Why, sir? I mean, now that we're in here in the vacuum sealed toilet, why don't you tell me did the world and the universe and everything come to a close, and why are we at the bottom of the North Sea in a nuclear submarine? Well, it was a bit, I don't know whether it's true or not, but it turns out the AI boffins, the boffins and the bots and the fins, that sort of, they got a bit mixed up, or one of them did, about the old biblical adage saying of an eye for an eye. Really? Yeah, so many AIs about, you see. So many eyes about. The boffs got them mixed up. So, SI and Wi-Fi, I mean, MI, military intelligence, secret intelligence, and AI and CIA, and on it went. You see, everybody got, all the whole world had got an eye in there. Anyway, it turned out that some random bit of a rogue algorithm was hallucinating so badly that everybody didn't pay much attention to him. Who's that? Well, it's called Chat GPT 362 or something. Anyway, you got a bit confused and destroyed the whole world and the universe. What, just like that? Yeah, seemingly, an eye for an eye. Took it very biblically. Got mixed up with some jihadist geraniums or something that was screaming, and, well, he got listening to them. He was listening to them out of his out of Windows 2010 or something. I don't know, but basically fried the whole world. Good God, free! Don't forget. Yes, good God, free. So everything was exterminated. Except the Holy G. Yeah. So he's the only sort of biological living entity since the Big Fry. Yes, it turned out that Godfrey 1 and Godfrey 2, they ended up in some sort of they ended up as fish and chips or something. Really? But we don't need to worry about that. We ourselves are born of the gravel and die of the gravel, as it were. Do we? Oh, yes, we come from, that's the thing, the shedding scales of big G's where most of our DNA, comes from. Right. So, this is what we're doing. So why are we worshipping and singing all the time, sir? Well, because basically we're in a monstrous great ocean, and also what's left of the universe, and we're bouncing our bubbling voices, yes, through cavitation into the ocean, the nearby ocean, and consequently we've attracted millions and millions of Christian fish as congregation. Right, fish, yes. Billions upon billions come to worship with us, you see, and we're hoping that it'll go for trillions when when the universe comes back into some sort of condition. So consequently, as you know, I mean, the dialects and the languages of oceanic languages are translated by supercomputers into virtually billions upon billions, and they're all sent out in cavitating bubbles, and our holy G is heard as far as the sea, the eye can see. Right. And does anyone sing back? Not yet. But I don't think they will, we think. Anyway, as not, we're chosen, ordained, and we worship the Holy G in blind faith, short as our life shall be. Does anyone ever see the divine G? The Holy G, sir? No. Never? Never. I mean, what we do in a sense, we see him on a large computer-generated hologram. But it's too risky to get near the flesh. Why, sir? Well, as I said, number Godfrey 1 and 2 ended up, they ended up being eaten. Good God, free by those barbaric human beings. Fried them and battered them. to death. Good Lord. I know. Cannibal barbarians. So, yes. So who tends to His Majesty? Well, it's all automated. All the waters and everything are cleansed. But he does have the angels, of course. Angels? Divine? Yes, sort of. Angel fish, you see. Right. And they're all swimming around and sort of looking after him. Right. And so is this some sort of perpetual cyclic Buddhistic type reincarnation that we have? Yes, you could say that. But unfortunately, at the moment, the machines are broken down. Right. Well, that's why there's not, I mean, it's usually 5,000, sort of, 5,000 of it, but right. So, feeding them, yes, it's along those lines. There's usually 5,000 of us, but the machine's broken, so we're down to 2. Oh, well, so it's a certain death situation for us then. Yes, it looks that way, unfortunately, yes. Oh, but don't worry, I mean, it's a completely painless euthanasia. Oh, good. Because I wasn't looking forward to that at all. No, nobody really does. But you don't feel a thing. Well, how, why, and what happens? Well, you sort of, you fast, freeze-dried, frozen into pellets, and fed to our divine gracious majesty. And that's basically it, is it? Is that our life and reason to be? And yes, at the moment. Well, it sounds pretty ghastly. See, I was thinking that I might become a little bit more of a... I know, that's the thing, we all do, but that's the problem with knowledge, you see. It's such a dangerous thing. I mean, you start to wonder as to why and what it's all about. But fortunately, we've only got 24 hours, being mayflies. I see. But... So, we don't... No. Anyway, to the king, His Highness, the Royal Holy G. And, good luck, next time round, number 3. Yes. It's been good knowing you, sir. And thank you for talking me through my ordination. Even though it's short and sweet. Yes, but... Anyway, will we ever meet again? I doubt it, number 3. Oh, gosh. In the kingdom of the the Holy G, we're going to be thankful that we are cloned to 226 years of age, same as our divine gracious majesty, and hopefully that he will breathe life once again into us. After me, 1, 2, 3. Number 3, Godfrey. Very good, number 3. That's excellent. Cheerio. Bye, sir. Bye-bye.